Welcome to the House at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and your tribal chief of Raider Nation, Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great Thursday wherever you guys are at. For those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Smash them, break them thumbs. Hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Yes, today officially begins the start of the joint practices with the San Francisco 49ers, days ahead of our second preseason game at home at Allegiant against the San Francisco 49ers. We will be bringing to you in its entirety the live press conference from head coach Pete Carroll. We will hear from Geno Smith, Mad Max, and Jacobe Meyers coming up momentarily. Right now, we are looking at the latest installment of
As the shield turns.
So we will bring it to you momentarily. We do have a couple of tweets that have already come out from a couple of the media outlets and media reporters for our Raiders, and an old familiar face who's now with San Francisco in Vic Tafur. And here's a tweet he put out about an hour ago. 49ers defensive line not getting much traction against the Raiders O-line. A lot of people... A lot of talk over the last couple of days, almost a week now, in terms of our offensive line. But we also know, at least most of us that pay attention to not just our team, but around the NFL, the 49ers have been banged up tremendously throughout this camp. But it's still a good telling sign to hear that our offensive line is holding their own against that front seven of the San Francisco 49ers. A couple others out there. Tayshaun Reed, salute to him. Raiders sprung Ashton Jeanty for a nice run to the left during team drills. Probably would have been about a 20-yard gain. The defense looked solid against the Niners offense. Ricky Pearsall had a nice catch for a chunk of gain, though. Let's see. Here we go. Defensive tackle CJ West left knee buckled and he went down during a one-on-one pass rush drill. The 49ers medical staff checked him out and he was able to walk back on his own for further observation. What did I just talk about with them being incredibly banged up? Another one bites the dust. Here's another one. Lenoir. I got to pronounce that a little bit better. Breaks up deep pass from Smith to Tucker. This Raiders tight end 80 is having a good day, and that's Ian Thomas he is talking about, the former Carolina Panther. Vic Tafur again. Fred Warner with harder than expected hit on Raiders. Thornton across the middle caught the rookie off guard. I hope he is okay. I really don't even want to see that type of I hope there's no video of that. I really hope not. I don't want to see our guys getting hit like that. Waiting for that Williams Crosby matchup. Hasn't happened yet. Russell Gage abusing the Raiders DBs in one-on-ones. What else do we have right now? Oh, Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete.
I don't have any idea right now. I'm watching offense. I'm watching defense. I got to see the film. I know everybody worked hard. It was great to get against these guys. They're skilled and they do a lot of cool things scheme-wise. The tax doesn't help us learn. And so it was a totally positive experience. I thought Kyle did a great job of managing their team. And we tried to do the same so that we didn't get issues and all that. We avoided all that kind of stuff. So it's just really classy work to get. And we'll make evaluations and figure that out once we get a chance to go watch the film as soon as I leave here.
What happened to Thornton he went out?
No, I mean, he felt like he got hit in the head a little bit. They didn't think it was serious, but they needed to just make sure.
Pete, the fact that we know skirmishes speak of, is that something you addressed prior to this morning? Did either one of you guys get involved in any extracurriculars?
Yes, that's exactly what we both sides. I know Kyle did the same thing. Want to make sure that that's not part of what we're doing. It's not part of what we come here to do. We come here to play good football and get better. And I think both sides did a great job of showing that.
What do you think of the offensive line up against those guys?
I can't tell you. I haven't seen enough. I mean, I was running back and forth. I can't tell you. I have no evaluation until I see the film.
What are you hoping to see when you get a chance to take a deep
Really
dive?
good stuff. I mean, we're blowing them off the football. They can't make an inch. That didn't quite happen. I know that. But I want to see us execute. We try to treat this just like it's the next opportunity that we have and do stuff right, and that was what we set out to do. We'll find out. I thought on defense the perimeter looked kind of available to them. They do that. They're a great perimeter team. We've not prepared for them at all. We got a day to get a little bit better before the ball game.
This is a team that's always well coached, and how good of a challenge is that for you to see a team kind of blindly and be able to react on it?
You know, Robert Sala and Gus Bradley's over there, and Kyle has done a great job for years and years. They've got a terrific group, and that's only what we would expect from them. You know, they know what they're doing. They have control of their groups. They have style of play that always shows up. So that means they've got a real philosophy in mind and all that. So that's why this is such quality work for us.
He's coached so many great wide receivers, but Jacoby just makes plays every day. He's not a prima donna. Would you talk about how fortunate this team is to have a Jacoby type?
Yeah, he's so sure-handed, so steady, so improvisational that he can get himself open. With he and Brock, it's tough to cover those
Leave
two guys.
Uncle
And
Pete
so
alone.
they complement each other in a great manner. But Jacoby's done a fantastic job. Every day we coming out here, he's making plays.
How much more play starters Saturday? You only have 3 opportunities in the preseason.
Everybody's live. Everybody's live.
There you go. Hear it
Kelly
again.
Blue Kelly has been making a move, I guess, on the.
I'm glad you noticed it because I'm noticing it too. He's had plays every day for about the last 5 or 6 days out here. You know, mock game 2. He's just been really active. Seems like he's really settling in, and his aggressive style of play has really shown up. So I'm fired up for him. If you notice, I don't know if it happened today, but yesterday he got work with the ones, and you know, just to see how he fits in and all of that. It's just a great example of a guy competing his butt off and trying to make a statement.
And in his case, he's somebody that kind of started on the third team, and all of a sudden now he's up with the ones. That's sort of what you're. If you show us what we need to see,
you're either competing or you're not. You know, that's what he's doing. He has embraced the thought, and he's battled every day, and he's shown that he deserves more of an opportunity. And so that's all we could ever ask for from our guys.
As you ramp up for Saturday, how much of this practice today, what did you get as a main takeaway from it that you want to carry over to Saturday?
I got to see the film. I got to see the film. Okay, I really don't know. But I would say that we want to make sure that things that we didn't do well today, we like to do them well on game day.
Coach, this is kind of a silly question, but San Francisco related. I read in an old article that you once saw Grateful Dead at the Fillmore. Is that true, or have you ever gone to a Grateful Dead concert?
Probably 20 times. Yeah.
Damn, there you go.
They were the second and third or third and fourth bands back in the day at Avalon Ballroom in Winterland and Fillmore. So we saw them a ton of times.
You know, I know Thomas Booker still kind of getting his feet wet a little bit. You've seen him practice a couple times and play in a game. What are your thoughts about it now that you've seen him a little bit more?
He's done really well. I mean, quick learner, just picks stuff up right off the bat. He's right now battling to play a lot. And that means he's going with ones quite a bit. He deserves to. He's already shown that. I'm really excited about our chance to get him here, and he's an amazing kid. I can't wait for you guys to talk to him, to hear from him. He's
Oh,
really
damn.
something.
We're going to get hit. They're playing Earth, Wind, and Fire in the background.
Well, what I would tell you is that I don't know that they're that pivotal for games. I haven't done it for 14 years. And so last time I did it was when the Jets went against Joe Gibbs at some little college out there on the East Coast. I didn't know what it was. And so it's been a long time. I feel the way we practice is beneficial for us. But I did this because it's Kyle and it's the Niners. And at one time we were thinking about going to Napa. It just sounded like a good idea. Whether we do it again, I don't know. I'll let you know later.
Someone who grew up in the Bay Area, what is this rivalry between the Raiders and Niners mean to you?
Well, it's. Did you grow up in the Bay? You said that like you grew up in the Bay Area also. No, that's not what you meant, though, right? Okay. Yeah. It's always been something. It has always. Since I was 14 or whatever the heck when they got going with the Raiders. My family was Niner fans. Whole family grew up in San Francisco and all that.
Yeah, but I don't want to get
and
hit,
so
Deb.
It's always just been a natural rivalry. I've never had it like the Raiders were the bad guys or the Niners were the bad guys. I like both teams.
Glad
growing
I didn't do it.
So to have a chance to do this, it's kind of fun. And to play them in the preseason, kind of fun. I like it.
What's not?
Story you told them about Bill Russell,
What's
how
not
to
to
be a
love
good
about
teammate
Uncle Pete?
with each other. Are you starting to see that grow among the team, especially as you have a day like this?
Without question. Yeah, without question. Our awareness of our roles, each person has a role to be a great teammate, and they get to do that on a regular, daily basis. Bill said that he wakes up every morning with the thought of what can he do to help somebody on his team be better. You know, and talking about Havlicek or Kazi or all the guys that he played with, Sam Jones, he was talking about how what could he do to help him play better. And when Bill said that to me, I said, "You got to be kidding, man! Come on, my whole team's there, you know. I mean, you can't not every day." He said, "Every freaking day." And so I challenged my guys from that moment on. If he can do it every day, maybe you can do it a couple times a week, and we'll work our way up to be like Bill.
This is your last practice with fans in the stands. Did you accomplish the goal because we see the connection with those fans and the community you
defense?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I wish we had more. I wish we could entertain them more and be out there even more. That connection is just part of this whole experience. They help us play better. We help them cheer more. So there's a synergy there that I've always been trusted in and want to respect and give it back to them. It was great that they're here today.
Good.
All right, thank you.
All right, there you go, Uncle Pete. And we still have 3 more. We have Geno, we have Maxx, we have Jakobi. So we're still here. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. And again, for those coming on in, if you haven't already, smash and I keep saying smash. It's supposed to be break them thumbs. This is the original one. Break them thumbs, smash them subs, hammer the bell. Great stuff as always from Uncle Pete. That energy, man. I really hope when I'm his age, and this isn't ageism at all, yo, but I really pray that I have that same energy as he does, man. I love Uncle Pete. Salute to Rorschach in the building. Felon, what's up? That hat backwards makes him look younger. He looks like a kid. He like that energy is so childlike. Like I love it. I love it. I love it. We do have some news, and this is from Adam Schefter. This broke about a minute ago. Sue L. Robinson, the former U.S. District Judge who serves as the NFL and NFLPA's jointly appointed disciplinary officer, is scheduled to hear Rashee Rice's September 30th disciplinary case in New York. The only other NFL disciplinary hearing she presided over was Deshaun Watson's. Waiting to see what that suspension is like, and you're probably going to see something around the ballpark of 6 games. So once that comes out, and again, it's probably going to be like another month or so, we will definitely keep you guys updated with that. Vic Tafur, Shanahan expects to play Purdy and some starters on Saturday. Vic Tafur just put that out about 4 minutes ago. Let's see if there's anything else. We're talking about the defensive lineman West for the Niners. It's a hyperextended knee for him. Anything else? As it gets hotter, it gets chippier. I haven't seen anything yet. I'm looking forward to seeing a couple other videos later on. Juice beats 20 for a long TD pass from Purdy. Williams not scrimmaging, but he and Crosby still barking at each other. 49ers defense knocking a lot of balls loose and letting the Raiders know about it. Don't want to hear that. Maxx got home for what would have been a sack on Purdy. 49ers haven't had much for him today. That's great to hear. Warner breaks up pass for Bowers. 49ers D-line not getting much traction against the Raiders, which is the Raiders O-line was what we opened up with earlier today. So that's the most up-to-date tweets that have come out so far. Definitely need to adjust this camera just a little bit. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm like all the way at the bottom for whatever reason. There we go. There it is. We're still waiting for Geno. We have Maxx. We have Jakobi. So stay tuned. And yes, CGR put it on in the chat before. And salute to Jason Downs. I'm starting to see the X comments as well. Guys, if you want to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube. Raider Nation News Today. Doesn't cost you a thing. Hit that subscribe button. I believe, if I remember correctly, we're at 10,320. Let's keep this shit going. And I digressed. But yeah, CGR put it up in the chat before. Yes, me and Big Mike Raider, we will be live this coming Saturday. I think we're going to start at about 3:30 Eastern time, 12:30 Pacific time. Kickoff is 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Our Raiders at home, preseason week 2 against the San Francisco 49ers. Make sure to pull on up. Graf will be in Vegas. If I remember correctly, I believe he leaves tonight. Make sure to pull on up for this live play-by-play on Saturday. He might even try to jump on in while he's in Allegiant at the game. Stay tuned for that. And I know he's going to be up and down Vegas with Stu. Alumni weekend. I did it with them a couple years ago. It was an unforgettable experience. Tim Brown. Real ones know. Let's see if I'm missing anything in the chat. I am. I need to catch up a little bit. Leaky, James Farrell. Let's see. Who am I missing in here? 3 Clicks and Truth ruling in favor of Gruden and Nevada versus Goodell. Yeah, that came out a couple of days ago. It was definitely a good sign, but doesn't really mean much for us. Yes, he is a former Raider, so I guess the Raiders win. The Raiders beat the NFL this time around. But yeah, good for him. We still got Deuce in the building with us. So yeah, 57 on, 14 likes. Come on, nation. Yeah, guys, please. What are we doing? Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I had to stop at the bar. It was so hot during my walk. I look as sweaty as Pete. Oh my God. Deb, behave yourself. Where's the game at this weekend? The game is at Allegiant. We are home. The joint practices are in Henderson today. They just wrapped up. Again, we're bringing you guys the presser in its entirety. I was knocked out with Spy Text presser. I'm going to probably look back at it at some point today. Yeah, it was like, is it going to be the same? Do I try to get up for that? That would have been like maybe 2-3 hours of sleep. I'm like, I'll see if there's another presser this afternoon, and here we are. Primo, salute, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Driving while listening. Oh, be careful, please. Be careful on the road. I appreciate you, man. Jason Down said, okay, here on YouTube. See how easy that is? Let me see if I can find the Twitter one and see if it actually shows up. Because now I can get my point across. Look, Jason Downs was on X, right? We said, come on over, right? Oh, Geno. Hold up.
Miscommunication, whatever, drop pass, and you went over to the sideline, talked to him for a second.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right after that, 2 touchdown passes to him. Is that sort of what you're talking about in terms of the leadership?
Jason Downs making transition.
Making sure guys are,
appreciate you.
And that you got their back.
For sure. There's going to be ups and downs in this game. You're never going to be perfect. We strive for perfection, but we're all human. And so, the main thing whenever a guy makes a mistake or, anything happens out there that we don't want to happen, it's about, showing that we have each other's back. And so whenever you can go up to a guy and pat him on the back or, give him a word of encouragement, that's what we're here for. And they do it for me as well. So it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And, I just want to continue to breathe life into my guys because we got some really, really good players and they work extremely hard. So when they mess up, it's okay, move on to the next play and keep going.
How good was it that you guys got the long touchdown pass, actually 2 touchdown passes? How good was it that that reward was there?
Man, it's great to score touchdowns, right? We want to score touchdowns, and I think obviously, there's some things that we can improve on. There's a lot of things that we left out there, things that we have to get better at. But overall, man, I thought I was very pleased with how we competed today, and I thought, like you said, man, we hit some long touchdowns, and we got some plays, on their guys. We were all competing, and it felt really good to see that.
Everyone knew, you're a quality good quarterback. That's a fact. But your leadership every single time you've been on the field, from OTAs to mini camps to today, has shown through. Do you think maybe that was an underrated part of your game, is that you're an exceptional leader?
Honestly, I don't know. I try to do my best to not pay attention to the noise or the outside noise. But, my goal is to be here for my guys. I don't really need the recognition or anything like that. As long as I'm here for my guys and they know that I got their back and that, I'm going to go through it with them. I'm not the guy who's just going to say, hey, you guys need to be working hard. No, I want to set the example and set the tone. And so, I don't know if I'm underrated or overrated. It doesn't really matter to me. I just focus on what I can control, which is being there for my guys.
There you go.
You've been pushing the ball down the field, even starting training camp, and obviously sometimes you're just going to have to take what the defense gives you. But what do you think about the big play potential of this offense?
We want to strike. We want to be able to have a big play offense, and we have the weapons to do so. But it's about, like you said, taking what the defense gives me, understanding situations. Every time isn't a chance to go for the long ball. There's situations in the game where you got to just manage the game and check it down if you need to. But when we can strike and we can put points on the board, no matter if it's a 10-play drive or a 1-play drive, it's about getting points on the board. And I'm going to, push the envelope as much as I can. If they want to come up and give us, deep shots, we got the guys that'll run past them. And so we just got to make the right reads, make the right plays. And when we play right, we're a really good team.
It seemed like the offensive line held up pretty well today. What do you think about it?
Got to watch the film. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that we can improve on, but I felt really good back there. I felt like I had, a lot of time to go through my reads and was getting to the backside on some reads and even getting to the 4th and 5th, option on some things. So I thought they did a great job. Always tough when you got to compete against another opponent, especially in this heat. But I thought we came out, we competed, and overall we got better.
That's a defense you know pretty well.
Yeah.
I've dealt with them over the years. How beneficial is it operationally for your offense to go against a top-level defense like that?
It's super beneficial, man. I'm so happy we did that, and big shout out to the 49ers for coming out. You know, it's hot, and they had to travel, and it's not easy on those guys. But I love the way, you know, Fred and those guys compete. He's one of the top linebackers in the game, so going head against him, you know, I've been doing that for the last couple of years. But I feel like it always makes you better, and so for us to see a different opponent, you know, some guys who haven't, you know, seen our offense for, you know, 8 or 9 weeks, you know, just to see how we look against those guys, I thought we did some things really well, but also we can get a lot better as well.
Geno, what's been made what he's done here with the full 16 play? What did you see from that when you got to Seattle with him?
Yeah, I mean, Pete's been the same guy, you know, every day since I met him, and I think that's what makes him special. He's super energetic. I don't know how he does it, but like the guy wakes up, like it seems like he just pops out of the bed, man. He's just fired up as soon as he wakes up, and I mean, he brings the juice every single day. When you have a leader like that at the helm, you have no choice but to fall in line. And so all of us, you know, as leaders on the team, and every single guy on the team, we're following Coach's lead, and he's doing a great job of leading us.
Last couple of days of practice, you've really been focused on getting the deep ball out to Trey and Deontay, but how good is it to have like consistent with Jacobe Meyers in the inside, kind of opening things up right there in Brock Bowers?
Yeah, I think it all works together. We want to make sure that all of our entire offense has to work together. And so, yeah, I mean, we've hit on some deep balls. We've also missed on some that I thought we should have had, but those are things that we can improve on. And then, you know, for me, it's always about being efficient. You want to be efficient. I want to be a high completion percentage guy. I want to make sure that we're efficient on third downs and in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. So we got to make the right plays, and we got to take what they give us, but we also got to push it. And so I think we're doing a good job at that, but long ways to go. We got to keep being better.
You and Brock have built a really good rapport, but there was one throw today where you put it in a tight window and he made an amazing
Thank you,
catch.
brother.
You hooted about him. Do you every day just think, man, thank God he's on my team?
Yeah, all these guys, man. Like Brock's you know, the thing about Brock, he's an extremely hard worker. You know, and when you have guys like that who are that talented, but the work ethic matched the talent, the sky's always the limit. And so I think we have a lot of guys like that. I think about Mike when I think about guys like that, Trey and Jacoby, and, you know, just really solid dudes, man, just great people, and then outstanding athletes as well. You know, yeah, thank God I'm here. I feel really good about it.
Geno, from your vantage point.
Sorry, I missed it.
You talked about the importance of guys knowing you have their back. Were there guys early in your career that you felt like had your back and that stand out to you?
Yeah, a lot of guys. You know, Snacks Harrison, Damon Harrison.
Don't
you
say
know, I think
IK.
Nino. You know, Quandre Diggs,
sorry,
Jamal
guys.
Adams, Russell Wilson. I mean, a lot of guys, man, who, you know, really gave me the confidence that I needed. And so, like, I feel like it's my job to try to do the same thing and, you know, really set the tone in that regard.
Geno, from your vantage point, what happened with the fan in the tunnel in Seattle?
You know, with all due respect, man, like that was last week. I'm moving on.
Deb,
and
you
focus on
called
this
it.
week.
How much does a practice like this, give you ahead of the preseason game and stepping into Allegiant for week 2?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Like, I think the whole thing about preseason, training camp is to learn and grow through experiences. And so we have to take the next step, and that next step is, you know, our first real game in our home stadium, and we want to set the tone. You know, we want to come in and be fired up and have our fans, Raider Nation. We want everybody to be fired up and be excited about what we're doing. And so this is the step in that direction. In this first game, we'll learn a lot about ourselves, and that's what it's for. Is to continue to improve, continue to push ourselves, find ways to get better.
Obviously, this was your rival team for you for the last few years. Any moments out there today where you could feel that rivalry coming back?
Man, anytime I step out there and I got 54 on the other side, you know, I know what he brings to the table. I know the type of competitor he is. I know the type of player he is. And so whenever Fred's out there, we're going head to head. I feel like it feels like, you know, the same games we were playing when I was in Seattle, man. It's just always the best on best, and I know he's going to have his guys ready. He knows I'm going to have my guys ready, and, you know, may the best man win.
Ashton Jeanty made some plays today. What have you seen of his growth so far in camp?
I think Ashton, today he made a play, I won't mention it, but like it was something we did yesterday, and he was like, we didn't really get it right, and then today he came out, we got it perfect. And I thought, like, man, we took a big jump just from yesterday to today.
There you go.
To see that from a rookie player, like he learns and he grows with every single experience. You know, I think that's something that's going to make him so much of a great player because he's getting better by day. And so I thought Ashton did a great job, as always, but he definitely took another step and another jump today.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank you,
thanks,
guys.
Geno, guys. So we are down to Max. We are down to Jacoby coming up soon. Okay, let me get this back going. Damn it, Deb, you called it. They mentioned it. Now let's see if they mention it, if they ask it to Max. But yeah, and that shout out to Roy Chong. That has to be the best comment of the day. What was the deal? I would say, can you read?
Content.
Oops, wrong one. Shit, wrong button. But that was good. That was good. Salute to everybody in the chat. We have over 200 in here. We're on X, we're on YouTube. You guys want to be a part of the conversation? Come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. It doesn't cost you a thing. And those that are in here, I'm looking, we only have 43 likes. What are we doing, Nation? Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell, y'all. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Salute to CGR on gifting 5 Raider Nation News Today memberships. Welcome to the family to those that were gifted. If you guys want to support me, support the channel, best way to do it is to join the membership program. The link is pinned to the top. You get custom emojis. It's a whole bunch of fun. Another way to interact with your brothers and sisters in Raider Nation. Salute to my guy, Detroit God. Welcome. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, guy. Let's see. Rorschach is chilling in here too. 5 goats, 5 memberships. I like that. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Slap them likes. Get it in. So now we are watching the latest installment of
As the Shield turns, we are officially waiting.
we are waiting for Jacoby Meyers and Maxx Crosby to take to the podium. Let me see if I'm missing anybody in here. I don't know. We are up to date with the rest of you guys in the chat. Appreciate it. And there's another new comment as I say that. We looked real good in that joint practice. Real good, big improvement. Yeah. And for those that are just coming in, Uncle Pete took to the podium first. Same thing you heard last week. Everyone is live this coming Saturday. We right here will be live this coming Saturday. Kickoff is 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Me and Big Mike Raider. Let me do it. Shout out to Chris Berman on this one. Big Mike. We will be live, giving you guys live play-by-play in its entirety. Make sure to pull on up. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. Like I said, Graf is on assignment. Graf will be leaving for Vegas tonight, if I remember correctly. He will be at the game. He might even pop up in during the live on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Let's see. Detroit God. I'm so excited about this football season. I don't think I've been this excited since I went to my third prom. I'm fucking done. Oh my God, I'm weak. I'm weak. And you guys see it in the chat. It's pinned to the top, but I'll highlight it real quick. If you guys want to join the membership, there you go. You're a fool for that one, bro. Let's see. I think we're good. At work, listening while completing my paperwork. I'll be on for just a bit longer. Sorry, gotta make this coin. I feel you, man. Look, I go back in another 3 hours for another 14-hour shift today, tomorrow. And again, I will be here for the game on Saturday, guys. Like, I will be sleep deprived going. I only have to work 1 on Saturday. We'll be sleep deprived going in for that overnight, but it's worth it. I get to watch my favorite team, and I get to watch it with each and every single one of y'all. So can't get any better than that. Salute to the 214 in the chat. 46 likes. Yo, you guys are frustrating me right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Break them thumbs. For those new in here, it means hit that like button, y'all. See? There you go. Just like that. Nobody hating you for making that. Yeah, facts. Oh, I will. I will. I only slept a few hours this morning. The other day, it was like I woke up. I'm like, is there a presser? What's going on? I was like, okay, nothing. Go to sleep. I wake up. Oh, finish an hour ago. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. I was so mad. I was like, okay, so there's one day I missed this week. But I'm here now. I'm going to be with you guys until the end of this presser. We started this, I believe, at 2 o'clock. 24 minutes in. Let's see. It says we've been on for 30 because we did start a little early. The other day when we had Meredith, Mayer, it was Bachman and Lockie. Shake that Lockie, Tossie. I had the press live as they had already started. They started a little prematurely, I guess. But we still gave you guys that presser in its entirety. I loved everything Bachman had to say. I do have some shorts that I am going to probably upload at some point today, especially some of the things that Bachman said during that presser. I definitely hearing his story, being like a practice squad journeyman in a sense, I want to see him make this roster. So we'll see what happens. And you've had the jokes about the whole Wilkins video, like, oh, he was the one behind the camera. Got some dirt on you, doggy. But I do hope he does make this roster. You're hearing what he's been doing, the vast improvements in his performance on the field during practices. Let's see if he in fact makes this 53-man roster. I love being 52 years old and retired. I want to be like you when I grow up, Jason. I want to be like you, my guy. She said, I'm going to be 50 next month, which I call bullshit on. But I live in San Jose. Retirement here is not that early, unfortunately. Damn. Let's see. We're going to turn some heads this year, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay attention to that Vegas bullshit. That's just how they get suckers to make bets. If you ever play roulette, always bet on black. Facts plus tax. You know what's funny? ESPN came out with something the other day with like bets for pretty much all 32 teams. And 2 of them included our guy. And again, I've said this before, the number 1 overall ranked tight end in the league. Fight me if you think otherwise. Our guy. There's a couple of betting lines for him in terms of yardage. I think there's like 1,000+ yards receiving this year, and then 10 receiving touchdowns. I'm going to see if I can find that article and give you guys what those lines are. And they actually also gave a betting line, the over-under for our week 1 matchup against the New England Patriots. It's at 42.5. They pretty much are saying go the over. It definitely could be a very, very high-scoring affair come week 1. I hope it's more high-scoring in our favor and not New England's. Let me see if I can find that article real quickly for you guys. And I don't mean to give you guys dead air. You know I hate doing that. But let me see if I can find this. This was like very late last night that I saw this article. And I thought it was intriguing, especially when I saw that in terms of our Raiders and those betting lines. Let me see if I can find anything now. It's crazy to look at this because it's just like that quickly as a shit ton of new articles are ready. Here we go. 3 bets for your favorite team. Let's go down to Vegas. Okay, so here we go. Brock Bowers to record 1,000+ receiving yards. It's at +105. Bowers to record 10+ receiving touchdowns at +900. And then again, the week 1 matchup, the total points over 42.5 points at -110. I've always said don't bet on your team. I think that's like taboo in my opinion. But some people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Like I'm trying to actually put together probably a 9, and we talked about this the other day, like a 9 to 12 leg money line parlay. And I know people say, oh, you're blowing money when you do that, whatever. But it could be a small risk. Oh, I'm sorry. No, a small risk, high reward. So we'll see. Let's see if I'm missing anybody. Uh-oh, he's here.
Max, how much progress do you feel like you guys made today, finally being able to go against another team?
I think it was, another great day of practice. We've been meshing together as a team, building the culture and building who we are and our identity on a daily basis. So getting to do that against somebody else was a lot of fun. Competing against somebody else, doing it all together was definitely a good time. So, a lot of amount of respect for Coach Shanahan, those guys. Coach, obviously the GM, John Lynch, a lot of great people over there. But it was great to get out there and get after him a little bit.
How tough does it make that as a defensive player to sort of be reading and reacting?
Yeah, honestly, it's really just your approach has got to be the same. Like, you can't go into it second guessing. You can't be guessing out there. You know what I mean? You got to just read your keys and go. Every time you play somebody, it's every week is going to be different in this league. So you got to be able to have a lot of a lot of things in your toolbox that you can pull out at certain times. And when you're playing against a scheme like that, Coach Shanahan definitely makes it difficult, for defenses. So it makes you better. And so you got to go out there and compete at the highest level and, just continue to build your armor.
You guys have rotated Thomas, Jonah, taking all those guys up front quite a bit. What have you seen from those guys and how they've stepped up so far?
Yeah, they're fighting every single day to get those reps. And, I got a amount of respect for them. They're competing head on. In practice, everyone's fighting for those reps. And in reality, it's open competition. And, Booker, he's come in and, he's been flying since day one. I freaking enjoy going to war with him. Obviously, Adam Butler, Jonah, all those guys, they're young, they got fresh legs, and it's been fun to start building that chemistry up. It started back in OTAs, and now getting Booker in here, we're working every day trying to get it right. So it's been good.
Something noticeable has been Tyree Wilson working in at times, sometimes on pass rush situations. Can you just talk about how meaningful he can be in those kind of situations and the type of progress he's made from when he's first come in to now?
Yeah, he's getting better and better, and his approach, his work ethic, everything is continued to improve since he's gotten here. So yeah, he's a guy I feel like since day one I've taken under my wing. I've given him some tough love, but I want the best for him, and I want him to be the best version of himself, and that's my duty as a leader. And me and him have gotten real close. I just want him to continue going in that direction. There's going to be adversity, there's going to be ups and downs, but you just got to keep going up, and that's what I feel like he's doing. And the more you can do, the better. So him rushing inside, outside, he's going to have an opportunity to help us for sure.
Saw you chopping it up quite a bit with Trent Williams, and looks like there's just a lot of respect there. And it didn't look like you guys got a chance to go up against each other today, but just talk about the respect between great players.
Yeah, he didn't go in the team, any of the team stuff. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go against him. I was looking forward to it, but he's somebody I respect at the highest level. He's 37 years old. Dude's gonna be a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? And those are the type of guys that I try to learn as much as I possibly can from. He's got so much knowledge about the game. He's such a good dude, but he's a legitimate competitor, and those are the guys I like to learn from and just be around. And when you're out there, you start talking your shit and you're going back and forth. Those are the guys that make you better. And that's a guy, like I said, got so much respect for. So me and him, we chop it up every time we're around each other. We have great conversations and just have great back and forth because he knows what I want. I know what he's chasing, and I know what he's trying to accomplish. So yeah, man, I respect that dude. I could go on and on about that dude. I respect him so much.
Coach Carroll, disappointed wasn't happy with the time for the preseason game. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's the first preseason game. There's no excuses. It's got to be better. We know that. But, yeah, it's the first time with live bullets. So, yeah, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Practice, thudding up and stuff like that is one thing. But going out and really tackling and emphasizing that in practice is impossible. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's definitely something we got to improve on. And we've been focused on it all week. And I feel like it's going to be a lot better moving forward.
What do you say to some of the guys, when you're trying to get the morale up after seeing some of the tackling that happened in the last game?
Yeah, that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? There's always going to be ups and downs, and especially in your first real game in 8-9 months. That's just a part of it. So, yeah, I know it's something people have been talking about, and it is what it is. Everyone's always got something to say. You got to go out there and get better, and that's all we're focused on.
What's the biggest thing you try and take out of these joint practices?
You said what? Sorry.
What's the biggest thing you try and take out of these joint practices?
Honestly, it's just like new looks. Like you're getting a completely different look. Like in camp, you're going against the same guy or same guys every single day in the same scheme for 3-4 weeks straight, and then you get to go against somebody else, and you're like, oh shit, like this is a little bit different. You know what I mean? So it's always good. It's a different challenge, and I feel like it's anything. Like it's every week in the NFL, like you said, you're going against a different scheme and a different coach, and you got a different type of approach when it comes to how I play. Like I know I'm going to get attention and chips and slides, things like that. So I love getting a challenge like that. Like Coach Shanahan, earlier in practice, I felt like kind of let me be alone for a little bit, and I was doing my thing, and then as the practice went on, it made it a little more difficult, and I love that because that's what it's going to be like. I know that's the respect I've earned in this league, and that's a part of the respect factor that goes into it. So yeah, it was a great day though. It was a lot of fun. We got better, and I feel like as the day went on, we got better and better.
Max, what's your earliest memory of encountering Pete Carroll? Like whether it was recently or when you were a kid or just
Yeah, I definitely respected him from afar. Just seeing the energy he brought on the field, and just you see like true joy with his teams. Like he brings it, of course, but you just see his teams out there playing free and flying around. And then my first personal encounter with him was when he came here on a visit. I was in the building. I was like grabbing a snack after a workout or something, and I seen him walk in. I think it was with a couple of people from the front office and stuff, and I was like, I got to go say what's up to him. That's Pete Carroll. You know what I mean? He was in on the interview, so I went up to him and just introduced myself, and we were just going back and forth like, literally just like breaking balls, talking shit back to each other. I was talking about his suit. I was like, hey, you might need to get a little bit smaller suit. That one might be outdated. And he's like, he's not the one that's like gonna stand down from that. He came right back at me and was talking shit. I'm like, yeah, this is my type of guy. You know what I mean? Those are the type of coaches you love. That are not too sensitive, anything like that. Like Coach Carroll is all about that. He's all about the culture and bringing everyone together. And he's like, he feels like he's one of the guys. Like he wants to be out on the field and playing with us. He's wearing gloves in practice. He's flying around, running around. So it's just ultimate respect. Pete has been so cool since he's been here, and he's a culture setter, he's a tone setter, and he's helped me in so many ways, just as a player and as a leader.
You said that Brock Purdy is expected to play on Saturday. Same thing with some of the starters. Does that elevate the motivation to be like, hey, we're going against ones that put some good stuff out there?
Yeah, I don't even know what my status is on a personal level. I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, like it's preseason. It's different. It's hard to explain. Like you get one drive,
ones
and then you
versus
gotta
ones,
sit there,
guys.
like, you're getting warmed
Shanahan
up,
already
and then
said
you sit the
Purdy
rest
and
of the game. So
a couple of his starters are playing.
I have my fair share of opinions about it, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, and anytime I get to go on the field and compete against the best, like that's all that matters. So whether it's a drive or a couple drives, I'm not sure. I'll be ready. But yeah, it's cool going against. You want to go out there and go against the ones and play against the best dudes.
Last time you talked to us, you talked about your high school battles with Jamal Adams, but now
Yeah.
it's been a few weeks and he's been with the team. Can you evaluate his transition to linebacker and what he has to that room so far, just with what you've seen?
Yeah, honestly, just like his energy is definitely contagious. But it's crazy the fact that he's just transitioned to linebacker. It looks natural to him. He's just a natural football player. Like anywhere you put him on the field, I feel like he's gonna help your defense. So yeah, he's a guy I got so much respect for, and every day he brings the same juice, and that's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? He's definitely motivated. He's inspired. He inspires others, and he's a guy you want on the field with you.
Talk about a lot of guys who are rotating in on that D line with you guys. Young guy Tonka has kind of got mixed in here and there. What has he shown you recently?
Yeah, Tonka I'm probably one of the highest dudes about Tonka. Like every time I talk about him, I got none good things to say because he's super quiet, but he's starting to finally like break out of his shell a little bit. But his play speaks for itself. I mean, he's getting better and better every day. He's twitchy, he's strong. He's got moves. He uses his moves in team and in one-on-ones and things like that, and he just continues to get better. So I think Tonka is going to be a guy he's going to be in the rotation. Is going to help us a lot.
What up, Adam?
He stands in Costa Mesa last year to now fans packing them here in Las Vegas. How much of a difference does that make for you guys having the motivation from Raider Nation day in and day out, making noise for big plays?
Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? The fans are what makes this sport so special. You know what I mean? Without them, it wouldn't be anything. And people dedicate their whole lives being fans. You know what I mean? There's some people out here in Vegas that got their whole driveway and freaking the walls on the side of their house like murals of myself, and somebody's sending it to me, and it's like you don't realize the impact you make, sometimes, and just seeing stuff like that is like it inspires you to even go harder. You know what I mean? Because people are really spending their hard-earned money on jerseys and tickets and showing up on a daily basis, showing up on I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, coming here on a weekday, showing up and showing out bright and early, standing out here for hours cheering us on. You can't have nothing but love and respect for those fans that come out. And it's not just out in Vegas. Obviously, our Vegas fan base has continuously been growing, but all the way in Oakland, LA, that's Oakland, the Raider fans are literally all over the world, and got so much love for him. Appreciate it.
There you guys have it, Max. Now we're waiting on Jacoby. I just want to highlight a comment real quickly. Yo, Ace, PSA, man.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Dude, put it down. Put it down. All right, salute to everybody in the chat. We have 249 in here, 64 likes. It's 249 combined between X and YouTube. Do me a favor if you haven't already on the YouTube side of things. Break them thumbs, smash them subs, hammer the bell, y'all. Let's run this up today. Appreciate everybody that's in here. Great stuff from Max. Again, we do have starters playing this coming Saturday. We will be live this Saturday. Kyle Shanahan said that he has Brock Purdy and his starters playing as well. We're going to see ones versus ones. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear bullshit from people. The negativity, all that bullshit that went on last week, during and even after our first preseason game. Stop that shit right now. Please stop that shit. No, he did not, Ray. No, he did not. I mean, Roy, I'm sorry. No, he did not. Salute to Wasted, man. I'm going to see if he's actually around. We know he doesn't like to pull up during live games, but I'm going to see if he wants to pull up during the game at all this coming Saturday. We shall see. But again, myself and Big Mike Raider, we will be live giving you guys play-by-play week 2 NFL preseason. Our Las Vegas Raiders home versus the San Francisco 49ers. Old rivalry renewed, battle of the Bay, even though they're in Santa Clara now and we're in Vegas, but it's still a rivalry and will forever be a rivalry. So make sure to pull on up this coming Saturday for that. Of course, Alex, look, I always tell you guys, even sleep deprived and all, this is for you guys. Like, without you guys being here, without being able to interact with each and every single one of you guys in Raider Nation, the growth of the channel doesn't happen. I can't continue to do this without each and every single one of you guys. For those that weren't on the other day with me, thank you. We just hit 1.2 million views on YouTube a couple of days ago. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for all your continued support, man. I really, really appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Solomon, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. I know he's been live for like almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours he's been live. So salute to Big Bro. I know he's getting ready to go to Vegas, but you know, when it comes to the very small amount of time that I have in order to put on a show for you guys, I'm going to do my damnedest to be on. Again, sleep deprived and all, I don't care. This is for each and every single one of you guys. And again, salute to Big Bro. He's been on for about 3 hours. Oh shit, Jacoby.
Geno looked pretty efficient today. Is that kind of your read on him?
Yeah, I would say so. Most days I feel like Geno looked pretty efficient. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to be playing with him. Just watching him do his work. We trying to match his efficiency for real.
How do you feel the growth has been in the chemistry, communication between you, Geno, and also some of the other wide receivers?
Yeah, I feel like slow and steady would be the best way to push it. Like, we kind of need those mistakes to happen now. We need the good things to happen now so we could kind of remember them, lock them in, and execute it when that time comes. So. Yeah.
What was your viewpoint of that interaction and what Geno's done in that regard?
I mean, I understand it. I feel like I understand why Trey would be hard on himself. He's one of the best ones we got, honestly. I think he's a great player, and he know he could be great. So when he doesn't kind of live up to that, sometimes he's tough on himself. But Geno got his back. We got his back. We know what he's going to do for us, and we know what Geno going to do for us. So I'm just happy to see them boys working it out, figuring it out. Mm-hmm.
What's your general takeaway how it went today? Just for the whole
Salute, Dan. Appreciate you.
For the whole offense, what's your general takeaway how it went today?
It was some good. It was some bad. I feel like we finished strong. Like, regardless of what happened, we all kind of came out here with a mentality to finish through the day, and I think we did that pretty well. So.
We've been through several.
And if you guys are coming in from Graphs, let me know.
Yeah, a couple different wide receiver coaches here. Just in terms of like growth, learning all of what Chip Kelly has to make with this offense, like how has that curve been for you since you've been here with the Raiders?
I mean, anytime it's changed, I feel like it's a little uncomfortable, but I mean, I've been trying to embrace it with open arms, different terminology, different strategy, but it's been cool to just learn more football, so I've been enjoying it.
A couple of young guys in here, like Johnson, you see the next topic a lot. Like, what do they bring to the wide receiver?
I mean, young but definitely mature guys. Those are two guys who really know the game of football, understand how it works, and they tough too, quietly tough, so I think they perfect for the room as far as just the mentality we want to have on the field.
I mean, Geno's just 34, which is pretty young for a quarterback.
Mm.
Seems based upon what we see here. I mean, he could be here a good while. Quarterback.
Desert, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to bring something up after this presser.
As much as they want me here. You know what I mean? That's really all I can say about that one. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And damn, that was quick. All right, so that should actually be the end. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the screen up to see if that's it. Again, it was supposed to be Pete, Max, Geno, Jacoby. So we'll see if that's it for the day. Appreciate everybody that's in here right now with us. We have almost 300 in the room. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Every salute. I got to sneeze and I'm trying to hold it in because we're live. But hold up. Wow. All right. Desert, I'm glad you're in the building. And again, we have almost 300 in here. Nation, let me highlight this guy as much as I don't want to. This guy right here. This guy right here. 3-time champ in our ESPN Pick'em League. Been doing this for 3 years. We promoted it pretty heavily last year, and I don't know, kind of like fell on deaf ears. I definitely want to run it again. It is fun, especially for those that really get into it on a week-by-week basis. For those that don't know, the Pick'em League is pretty much you go down the line week by week, every single team you predict to win, and ultimately there's a little scoring tier with it. Desert, again, that guy right there, he has won 3 straight times. It still blows my mind. It is what it is. I see Big Bros in the building. Salute, salute. Great show. Again, I think he was on for about 3 hours. God damn, bro. I want to be like you when I grow up. And I know he's getting ready. This is what blows my mind. You're supposed to be getting ready for Vegas and you're on for 3 hours. You're getting just as bad as me with sleep deprivation. But I digress. Guys, if you're interested, that is, in the Pigskin Pick'em, I will create the league. I'll probably do it within the next 24 to 48 hours. I will create it. If you guys are interested, those in the chat right now, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What I will do, if I do actually put this together, not if, I just said I'm going to put it together again. What I will do is I will put something together during our live this coming Saturday with a QR code with the link for you guys to join and register for the Pigskin Pick'em. We can also do a survivor pool if you guys are interested. If you want to do a survivor one and maybe have a little cash involved, we could absolutely do that. Doesn't have to be a lot. Maybe like a $5 or a $10 entry for the survivor. If you want to do an entry fee if you want to win money, if you want to play for money with the Pick'em League, we can do that as well. It's something else to interact with you guys, something else to have more fun with each and every single one of you guys in Raider Nation if you guys are interested. So you guys let me know in the chat, and I'm 1,000% all in. I've really enjoyed doing this the last couple of years. The Survivor one is always an ass kicker. It really is. The Pigskin Pick'em at times can be neck and neck until the very end of the season. And the one thing is with the Pigskin Pick'em, you have to stay on top of making those picks because it could be one day that you're off and you missed a game or you totally forgot to lock in your picks for the week. But it is still ultimately very fun and exciting to do, especially when Raider Nation gets involved. Desert, shut the hell up. Just messing with you, bro. But we actually are on the verge. We're still a few minutes away from an hour, but there's really not much else to talk about. We went through a whole bunch of tweets that came out from the joint practice between our Raiders and the Niners. The news about Rashee Rice. They're expected to have the disciplinary hearing on September 30th, so stay tuned for that. That's implications for us. If this dude is out for an extended period of time. I think we have Let me try to remember this correctly. It's either week 7 or week 9. We play KC for the first of 2, obviously division, 2 games a year. But we'll wait and see what the decision ultimately is. Again, Kyle Shanahan says he expects to play Purdy and some starters on Saturdays. So again, I don't want to hear anybody talking shit like, oh, they're just going against the 2s and 3s and me. Uncle Pete said our guys are live. Kyle Shanahan says some of their guys are live, including Brock Purdy. So stay tuned. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. Let me catch up to each and every single one of y'all. Adam Sweeney said your dynasty ends here. Talk. He said, what's your win-loss prediction for this year? Oh, see, I won't do that. Salute to Raider Houston. Salute. That dude looks like a more heavily bearded LeBron James. 8-9, 9-8. Ooh, damn. The cat better be suspended for at least 6 to 8 games, or it's pure favoritism. Talk that shit, bro. All right, I'm gonna close it up here. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up. We have over 275 in here, 91 likes. Can we get the likes up before we end this? Can we get over 100 likes by the end of this live? We're about to wrap it up in like another 2-3 minutes. They're 92. We need 8 more. Come on, get at least over 100 likes, guys. Come on. It doesn't cost you a thing to do that. Let's go. Break them thumbs. Hammer that sub. Smash the bell. Come on. Hit it. Oh, yeah. I'm a firework. No, I'm not. Let's go, y'all. Hit that like button right now. Let's go. 6 away. All right. We'll wrap it up here. If there's anything tomorrow, I will do my damnedest to get on, but absolutely Saturday, me and Big Mike will be live. Like I said, I believe we're going to start at 3:45 Eastern. That's 12:45 Pacific time. Live play-by-play, NFL we did hit 100 likes. Thank you, guys. Live NFL preseason week 2, our Las Vegas Raiders at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Somebody took that like back. I saw that. Damn, you're terrible. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all that hung on out for this almost hour for the presser. Great stuff as always. Love hearing from Uncle Pete. Love hearing from Max. Geno had some great things to say, and Jacoby as well. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence. And of course, as always, on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. And oh yeah, there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.